Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I am outside, warming up. You know, last time I came out here the other day, my intention was to run. However, I ended up just walking and talking, which at the beginning of my fitness routine, when I first started out trying to get back physically fit and in pretty good condition actually. I didn't want it to just be decent. That's why I changed. I'm not like, oh yeah, I'm in the greatest. I'm in like really super good condition. I am in pretty good condition. Just like stamina wise, and just like especially like the improvement is insane. Like how much longer I can function with an elevated heart rate. Like the cardio conditioning is insane. I used to struggle jumping rope. Like a few jumps with the rope, take me out. Like I'll be all like, okay, like I'm just done. I'm just not interested in continuing to go. I spent so much time laying in bed. And I guess that's what I'll talk about today. I was gonna talk about how, cause like this morning, I wasn't gonna come out because I was having a bad night. I slept for maybe an hour total, maybe less than that, and maybe it was more than that, but I certainly didn't feel like I was sleeping. It was like even when the time that I'm saying, oh, I slept for like an hour, it was like a waking sleep to where I was still very much aware of my surroundings and the fact that I was laying there and I had my eyes closed, and I just kept having disturbances. Often when I'm gonna have like a rough night that's gonna be interrupted by visions, I power through it. I power through it for the sake of sleep. And usually, these visions are very disturbing, and I would rather not experience them because for a very long time, I've just had a very negative attitude about them. So, but I released a short, and I was saying, I want my life to be different, and I don't even know where to start. And it wasn't even like, I'm reading a book, The Return of Merlin by DC. The author's initials are DC. I think that he's a psychologist or something like that. It's called The Return of Merlin, and in it, the characters are discussing how like walking a new path is truly it's not a plan. Like you don't have a plan because you don't know where you're doing. You don't know where you're doing because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what the destination is, and you don't necessarily even know like what the point is. You just know that things are different, that what you have been doing, it's not working anymore. So I've been trying to change my attitude about these visions. But in the meantime, you know, last night I could tell that they were going to happen, because as soon as I would close my eyes, even though I was still very much awake, it would start up. And I was like, no, not tonight, not tonight. So I just stayed up. So I stayed up all night so that I would not have visions. And it's funny because I was just, apparently that's a sign, to be concerned if I don't sleep. And it's like, there are good, legitimate reasons to miss sleep, but it just goes back to things being different, and me thinking that I should move differently. I don't need sleep as much. Two things, at least, that I think I have been kind of lulled and programmed, habitually: eating and sleeping. I don't think I really require as much sleep as I have been led to believe. Oh, I need to go to sleep. I'm so tired. I'm not saying I'm not tired. I do get tired. But that doesn't mean that I need to go to sleep. That doesn't mean that sleep is the answer, especially for me. I find it important to iterate that I'm speaking for me. Like, no, I don't need as much sleep as I've been lulled into thinking that I do. I don't. And if I were, some wildly successful celeb missing sleep because I was working, then passes would be made, because I'm doing something worth it. And in my mind, what I do is work. You're like, what do? I deal with myself. I analyze my life. I analyze my experiences. I try to make sense out of things. It's a full-time job. My mind doesn't shut off. I'm constantly thinking. So, and no, it's not work in the sense that I'm earning money to do it, but it is indeed work. It's effort. So, in my mind, it's sensical, very, very logical and understandable that while other people are slumbering, I may be wide awake, crunching numbers or something. It just makes sense to me. Again, and sleep has yet to improve my life. You wake up, the same issues are there. I just feel like it's a waste of my time. And of course, I understand that people say, I'm not saying I understand it, I'm saying I understand that people say it, quote unquote, professionals. You need this much sleep. You need to sleep this much. You need. This is what you need. And daisies and butterflies, sure. But this is my life. It's my life. And if I don't want to sleep, if I can't sleep, then I don't think that it would be helpful if I continue doing what I've been doing, which is trying to force it on myself. Like, hey, I don't want to sleep. Why can't I work, right? You know what I mean? So that's a part of me changing things and deciding that I'm gonna do things differently. I'm gonna live my life differently, the bit of life that I have left. And I don't know how much life that is. I want to live it differently. I am not interested in just doing the same old thing and having the same old results. I know that I want something different. I want to feel peace. I want to feel peace and happiness. And I feel like a lot of that is about changing my inner voice and how I think about things. Like I said, like how I feel about different things that happen to me, that I experience, that I go through, that I see. I'm very much interested in changing myself so that my experience will be different. That's all. I want it to be different. I want to be different. I don't want to feel like a ball of anxiety, anger, resentment, hate, dislike, all of those things. And for a long time, I believed that those emotions, those states of beings, you know, are valid. You know, they're valid, and there is a time for them. I'm just saying that I feel like my time for them has passed. I want to feel something else. I don't care to be upset about the same old rigmarole that everyone has expressed several times over, eloquently, passionately, etc., so forth. We get it. Everyone gets it, but the change is not happening. Therefore, instead of focusing on the world changing, you know, this is a cliche, but instead of focusing on the world changing, I want to focus on myself changing and how I feel on the inside. Now, I am about to try to run. I haven't actually ran. It's been a whole hot minute. Shit, it might have been like 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, a month. I don't know really. Maybe like 3 weeks. But I go see if I can run. Probably not gonna run as much as I would usually run, just to like get me back in the saddle. I might, we'll see. But I'm about to try to run, listen to my music, and go back home. Have a nice day, you guys.